I'm Charlie Moore. This is Bruins Academy. Class is in session.
Hey everybody, I'm Charlie Moore. Listen up! Sharpen those skates, tape up your sticks, and get your pads on. We're about to drop the puck on a brand new episode of Bruins Academy. And let me tell you, we got a great episode for you tonight. We've got the Bruins Stanley Cup hero and goaltender Tim Thomas helping out in Vermont. We'll check in with former Bruin PJ Axelsson, who has a very interesting job with the team over in Europe. And then we're gonna go get some exercise tips with Bruins goalie Jeremy Swayman and head performance coach Kevin Neeld. Like I said, we got a great episode of Bruins Academy. But first things first here on BA. Unfortunately, 2 episodes in a row, 2 retirements. David Krejci, number 46, recently announced his retirement. Whew. Show's getting a little depressing, I gotta tell you. I'm a little depressed. We need a tissue.
I just wanted to play the best I could to represent myself, my family, city of Boston, and the Bruins organization the best I could.
Brought on by Ryder. Ryder is shot. Guided out. Another shot. Score! Krejci!
David Krejci has reached the historic milestone of 1,000 career NHL games.
I do take pride in playing 1,000 games, playing for the Bruins organization. Kept believing in me. They kept bringing me back. I just can't thank them enough that I was able to play 1,000 games for one franchise.
To Krejci, he scores! Wow, what hands! Right back across for a feed in front, score! Krejci!
Well, as a team, obviously, 2011. Winning a Stanley Cup, you dream about it as a kid, and all those guys are one of my closest friends, and we share so many good memories, and I'm definitely gonna miss those. I'm gonna miss them all. I'm sure we'll see each other a bunch in the future.
Boston on Bennett all over Krejci scores! They've done it again in overtime!
I understood what it takes to be a Bruins, what it means to put on the jersey, do it with pride.
5 seconds to go. The Rashad Tim scores! David Krejci with 0.8 of a second left, and they're gonna win it!
I gave it my all. I left everything I had there at the end, and I don't take for granted that I have the ring on my finger from 2011.
Fan favorite PJ Axelsson was a Boston Bruin from 1997 to 2009. But did you know he's still with the Boston Bruins over in Europe? Wee wee.
Hi, I'm PJ Axelsson, and I'm a former hockey player for the Boston Bruins. I played from 1997 to 09, and thanks for having me on the Bruins Academy.
Out to the backhand side, Deeks and scores!
Oh, there it is.
PJ played 797 games in the NHL, all of them with your Boston Bruins, before finishing his career in Sweden. After he retired from playing in 2013, the Bruins hired him to be a scout in Europe.
I definitely wanted to stay in hockey, doing something. I wasn't really sure what it was going to be. I thought, why not try it? I guess you can say that I'm taking care of Europe or running Europe. We try to see as many games as we can, as many players as we can, and then we do reports on them. It goes through the mid-season meetings, and then we do lists, and after that we follow the guys that we really like. So they have pictures of all the guys that's played on this team that also made it to the NHL.
One of the prospects PJ helped the Bruins draft as the highly touted 2021 first-round pick, Fabian Lysell, who happens to be from the same part of Sweden as old number 11.
Well, it's always great to have a guy from your area, right? And he's a good kid, and he's definitely been bigger this year. He's been in the weight room and doing the job there, but he looked more explosive as well. So hopefully that can make an impact this year.
The numbers, here's Fabian Lysell, top of the right circle, Tango's in the slot, he scores!
Thanks for having me on Bruins Academy.
As we all know, the Boston Bruins are celebrating their centennial year. In honor of that, they're rolling out some new threads. Take a look as we head to commercial break. Where's my jersey? Am I getting one with more 18?
I was just watching Marshy in the back do all these different poses, so I just tried to take a couple from him.
Once I got on the runway, it was just, you know, felt good to be in front of the fans.
Yeah, I'm retiring early and I'm going to be a model. That was a blast.
Welcome back to Bruins Academy, everyone. I'm Charlie Moore. Hey, how about those centennial jerseys, huh? Those are pretty sweet. Sure, you can pick them up at the Boston Bruins Pro Shop. I'll take two. Up next on Bruins Academy, we're going to Vermont. We're going to check in with 2011 Stanley Cup champion Timmy Thomas. Love Timmy, and he loves to fish. Last summer, Barrie, Vermont experienced flooding that damaged many buildings, including the home of the Youth Build organization. When the group sent out a call for help, the Bruins and former goaltender Tim Thomas responded.
It's been great. I got to learn about the Youth Build and learn about the good work they're doing with helping a ton of kids to find their way.
This has been a challenging time for us. Had so many great people like yourselves who wants to show up. I think it does help shine a spotlight on resource and what we're going through right now. New England's all about hockey, so it's great to have the Bruins here.
Yeah, there we go. Youth Build is an organization that helps people aged 16 to 24 learn a trade in the construction business and, more importantly, start a career. Tim Thomas has many strong connections to this community, so he was more than happy to pitch in.
It's great, and I was just talking to Tim a little bit. I was excited to learn he's back in Vermont and living here.
I'm starting to feel like I'm a part of the community. I always did, which is why I came back. Graduated from university here. My wife's from Essex. It was nice to be able to help them out.
Up next on Bruins Academy, American Special Hockey Association, because your Bruins promote the love of hockey. Makes sense. I mean, I get it.
This is our second time with the Boston Bruins and the Boston Bruins alumni to go ahead and kick off the special hockey season for individuals all across New England with developmental, physical, and intellectual disabilities.
Lots of people joining the Boston Bruins and the American Special Hockey Association to help out today. And of course, there's no better place than the Willie O'Ree Street Hockey Rink in Boston for these kids to learn the sport of hockey.
Good job. Awesome.
Hockey, for certain individuals and people, can really help them blossom.
I've seen it personally in the last 12 months really kind of transform some relationships and get some kids who weren't playing sports at all out and about.
It's so insane. I started as an intern. I think I've been with the organization for like 10 years now. I think we started at like 60, 70 teams and we added 40, 50. So it's really exciting to see all the growth that's going on. I feel like every week this summer we've added a new team.
Now I put the puck here. You can't get the puck.
I mean, this is an awesome rink that obviously the Bruins and Boston Parks have put together, and for us to be able to use it in this fashion.
Textbook foul. That's perfect. Good.
It's kind of awesome. Just look around. It's, like there's kids everywhere that otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity to play, and this gives them the space and opportunity to do so.
We've had individuals who have found their friends, found their confidence, all because of the sport of hockey. It's so much more than the goals that go into the net. It's really about the goals that get achieved.
Welcome back to Bruins Academy, everyone. I'm Charlie Moore. Bruins Academy, a show all about knowing, growing, and loving the sport of hockey, especially your Boston Bruins. Up next on BA, we're gonna make you famous. You've sent in some really good fan videos, and guess what? They're up next. Let's kick things off with 10-year-old James Tonello from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and the Vikings Hockey Club. Here comes James. Coast to coast, he takes it wide and lets it rip top shelf. Nice shot, Jesse James. Next up, 13-year-old Mason Prohl from Litchfield, New Hampshire, and your Seacoast Spartans. Now, folks, this is double overtime. Mason walks in and ends it with a beauty. Get out of here, boys. Way to go, Mason. How about 11-year-old Cohen Francisco from Springfield, Mass? Cohen picks up the loose puck. Sweet dangle dingle dingle around the D-man, and he's alone. Zips it through the 5-hole. Woo! Beats the buzzer, and he celebrates with a nice celly. And finally, it's 13-year-old Cameron Cuccinata from Cumberland, Rhode Island. Cameron battles his way out of the corner, gets control of the cannoli, dangles a little bit, and he throws it up top shelf Michigan corner. Wow, what a goal, Cameron. Grab yourself a plate of fettuccine. Awesome job with those videos. And let's not forget, if you have some hockey videos, any street hockey, anything, send them into Bruins Academy. Who knows? You may appear in the very next episode of BA. Up next on Bruins Academy, we're going to check in with artist David Olson, who is doing some very unique drawings for your Boston Bruins.
Hi, this is Dave Olson. Thanks for having me on Bruins Academy.
You may not know the name, but you definitely know his work. Dave Olson has been creating art in Boston sports for over 40 years. However, it was a part-time job at a local sports landmark that really got him started.
I started when I was really young. I never went to art school because I started working for newspapers when I was 17. I was like, I could use a part-time job. I just applied at the Garden. I get the job, and it changed my life. I mean, I love that job. The Garden's like the best place to work. I'm an usher. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I got the job as an usher.
Dave's job at the TD Garden and his growing collection of New England sports artwork led the Boston Bruins to commission him for a very special project this year.
I've been asked by the Bruins to draw these centennial drawings, 100 of the best Bruins. They're just pen and ink, watercolor markers on Bristol board. My high point's been 5 a day, so it's a lot of hours. Trying to go as fast as I can to get these done. It's been a big challenge, but I think I'm almost there. I'm getting to the finish line.
Up next on Bruins Academy, it's time for Bruins Academy Trivia. I love this. Keeps your mind, sharp. All right, here's the deal. Before commercial break, I'm going to ask you a question. We're going to come back from commercial break, and you're going to have the correct answer. Correct? Okay, question number 1 is this. What franchise is the oldest in NHL history? I mean, it's a tough question, but I think you're gonna come up with the right answer if you put your mind to use. Remember, put your mind to use, leave the Google alone as we head to commercial break. Bottom line, no cheating. Welcome back to Bruins Academy, everybody. More importantly, welcome back to Bruins Academy Trivia. Before commercial break, I asked you a trivia question. Hey, who's the oldest team in the NHL? And the correct answer is Montreal. The Montreal Canadiens were founded all the way back in 1909. Next, it was the Toronto Maple Leafs, who started in 1917. And then it's your Boston Bruins, who became the first U.S. franchise when they played their very first game on December 1st, 1924. The Blackhawks, the Red Wings, and the Rangers all formed in 1926. That will round out the league's original 6 teams. Very, very good question. You know what? To be a goalie, you gotta be agile. You gotta be able to move, right? Be loose, okay? Me, I can just stand here like this, like a robot. But if you're a goaltender, you gotta be in shape and you gotta stretch. Up next, Swayman. Stretching him. See? Doesn't sound good.
Hi, this is Kevin Neeld, head performance coach with the Boston Bruins. Thanks for having me on Bruins Academy. Today I'm here with Jeremy Swayman. We're going to go over 2 exercises that help reinforce core stability.
Oh, I love this drill.
Oh, I have to save.
The first thing we're going to do is called a tall kneel anti-rotation press. So we're going to set up this band along a pole, step out a little bit so there's some decent tension on the band. We're going to come down onto both knees. Try to get our hips all the way through. Again, we're stacked here, so there's not a big arch through my lower back. From this position, Jeremy's doing a great job of staying tall through his hips. Hips are square straight ahead. Shoulders are stacked right on top of his hips. So we typically go through this for 8 to 10 reps on each side. So Jeremy's doing a great job of staying tall through his hips. It's common when athletes are in this position. Once it starts to get harder on their core, you'll see their hips sink back here. He's doing a great job of controlling that.
Talking to myself, enjoying the scenery, playing hockey.
The next exercise we're going to go through is called a tall kneeling figure 8. Now this ball is going to punch out right in front of us, and we're just going to go in a big figure 8 pattern here, staying tall, good control. Once we get the pattern, we're just trying to pick up speed. So again, Jeremy's doing a great job of staying tall through his hips, staying tall through the top of his head, using his core. This ball is actually filled with a little bit of sand, so every time he hits the end of that pattern, there's a little more momentum that he has to control.
High glove. Told you, I told you. I called it.
All right, up next on Bruins Academy, we're gonna go in the system with Chris Pelosi. I feel stretched out, I feel good. Thanks, Kev.
Hi, I'm Chris Pelosi, and thank you for having me on Bruins Academy.
Harris has got Pelosi. Harris to Pelosi, shot. He scores! Chris Pelosi!
I've always been, into sports and all, and I tried, a few different ones, but saw a hockey game on TV, and I was like, I gotta try this out. It looked fun, skating on ice. What kid doesn't want to try that? So I went out and tried it, and I fell in love with it right away.
Chris was born and raised in southern New Jersey. He played high school hockey at Rhode Island powerhouse Mount St. Charles Academy, where the Bruins noticed his talent and selected him in the 2023 draft. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it in person.
I was at the rink, I was working out, skating, and then as soon as I sat down, turned the TV on, my advisor calls me, and as soon as he said, "You're a Bruin," my name popped up on the TV, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is real now. My mom was in the other room doing work, but she was watching it on her other screen. She comes running in crying. My dad called me crying. He's like, I'll be home in 20 minutes. It was great. And then I had to go back to the rink and work, so.
Pelosi brings it in himself, shoots, he scores! Chris Pelosi in overtime!
Chris had a great year in the USHL last season and is now committed to Quinnipiac University for his college hockey. He did attend development camp this summer in Boston and got his first look at the Boston Bruins. And guess what? He loved it.
Who wouldn't want to play for an Original Six team? So much history and, a lot of great players come through here, great organization, their goal is to just, develop guys to be the best they can, and that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, that's it. That wraps up this episode of Bruins Academy. Before we go, did you learn a thing or two about the sport of hockey? Did you have fun? That's what's most important next time you hit the ice. Hey, from all of us here at the TD Garden, your Boston Bruins, I'm Charlie Moore. Thanks for watching Bruins Academy. Woo! Go Bruins! Ooh, I just pulled the hammy. Woo! Yeah, oh yeah.